KP looking the way that they did. The big story of the night was Eugene Omoruyi, 19 points, 8 of 14 for the field, hit a 3, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Eugene Omoruyi is like this undrafted rookie all of a sudden coming in and looking like he could just gain a roster spot. Like, I was thinking, okay, two-way guy. Maybe Tyrell Terry should be worried about his spot. Maybe like Trey Burke should be worried about his spot on the team. Josh Green may be worried about his spot on the team right now with the way Eugene Omoruyi is playing. What do we take from this game that he had tonight?
Yeah, and it's not just because like sometimes you see games where it's like, oh, that guy got hot, but like you can't read too much into it. But it wasn't that at all. He was doing the right things. He was making the effort plays. He was going after offensive rebounds that he really didn't have to. Again, it's preseason. You don't have to do those things, but when you're doing them, coaches notice. And so, I continue to be impressed by his effort, how he carries himself out there, and how his willingness to not just do like everything, but to do like the dirty work. Like he dives on the ground, he gets back on defense. I just love everything that I see from him. And I think he has the confidence. His shot mechanics are pretty solid. And so I think over time, he'll continue to improve in terms of shot selection, consistency in the regular season, because there will be some nerves when he gets his opportunity out in the regular season, if he does, assuming he does. But I think people should be excited about what they're seeing so far, even though it is preseason and given everything that everyone has to say about preseason games only being able to take away so much from preseason games.
For sure. Right. And he took 3 jumpers, right? And one of them, 2 of them were threes. One of them was long too. He hit one 3. The rest of it was all at the basket. It was all finishing up stuff. It was cleaning up, loose balls that he just grabbed and was like, I'm just going to put this up, or offensive rebounds and stuff like that. So it's not like that we saw a ton of skill in the game, but we saw a lot of know-how. It seems like he just is in the right place in the right time. And sometimes that's just what you need as a player, to have the basketball instincts, to be in the right place, the right time, to be able to do the right stuff. And I thought it was an awesome game from him. It was so fun to watch. The bench was all up and excited about him. Every time he hit a shot, they really focused on Bally Sports. They really focused in on Luka during one of them, and he was just like the most excited out of everybody. It was so cool to see that Luka has just become that leader. But yeah, what do we think Eugene Omoruyi is? Like, he's a two-way guy for the Mavericks now. He can play basically as much as he wants, I guess, or as much as the Mavericks want to play him. Jason Kidd wants to play him, but we've seen him play a lot, and we haven't seen Ja'Cory McLaughlin play a lot. So it makes me wonder if they really, really like Omoruyi and they're trying to like try him out for something. They played him with Luka and KP a little bit too, which was kind of interesting in this game.
Yeah, I think with what he brings, like his skill set mixed with his physical attributes, we just don't have that. Like I like Ja'Cory's game. He's another guy that has really solid shot mechanics. But we don't really need more guards. What we need are the Eugene Omoruyi types. And so, like, that's the direction the NBA is moving. We have a guy like that in Dorian Finney-Smith, but you can never have too many of those guys. And so the fact that he gets out there, he's got a very NBA-ready body. Like, he doesn't need to put on weight or lose weight, or he doesn't need to do this, and then he'll be that player. Like, he's in a very good position to come in and have an impact, especially when right now he's showing that, hey, I'm fighting for this roster spot. I'm fighting for the role in the minutes. I think he's earned them and will continue to earn the opportunity to give yourself even more opportunity, if that makes sense.
That's basically what it is in the NBA if you're an undrafted player, right? Like,
it is. Yeah.
Okay, so we have to be upfront with Omoruyi. He's going to be 25 in February, right? So I think sometimes we see these young players and we're like, oh man, this guy has so much in front of him, but he's older, right? So it's not like he can. I'm not sure he's going to add too much more to his game. But he shot 3 well in college. He showed some good basketball instincts in this game. Maybe the Mavericks get a couple of years out of him and say that he could fill that sort of role. But for this season, let's just focus on this one. I mentioned it earlier. Should Josh Green be worried about his minutes? I don't know. There's somebody screaming in the arena.
Yeah, I am so sorry. I was hoping you couldn't hear it. I don't know. Or I guess he probably should be.
He should. I think he really should.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him so hard, but it's hard because these are the moments where you have to make the most of your opportunity. And he does go out there and he does play with a lot of effort, but there are moments where he looks a little like too raw, whereas Eugene just seems to have a knack for where the ball is going to be and be in the right place at the right time. And so he is just making more of his opportunity, if you will. And so as of right now, I would say that, maybe Josh does need to be a little bit worried, even though they are completely different players in terms of the role that they will play. Kind of going back to that idea that we do have Dorian Finney-Smith, but we don't have many of those types. We do have a lot of depth now at the kind of guard wing position where Josh would get his minutes. So I'd say he does need to be a little bit worried, because
we're 2 preseason games in. We haven't seen Dorian in one game and Reggie Bullock in another, and Reggie Bullock barely played in game 1 too. So there's another wing that's going to be added to this rotation with Sterling Brown, with Tim Hardaway Jr. Like Josh Green is going to be getting the last, like, the end of those rotation minutes, I think. And so now they're just fighting for who gets that, right? Omoruyis and Josh Green can play together, right? All those wings can basically play together. But it's just they've got a couple of them now, which is great. It's what the Mavericks want. You want that competition. And I also want to be fair to Josh Green. It's not like he did nothing in this game. He had a couple of good assists. He had one awful pass, though. It was like,
that was nuts.
He tried to throw the length of the court and just completely missed on the other end. But he has shown good passing instincts. I've liked his defense. I've liked the way he fights through ball screens. He had 6 points, 8 boards himself, a couple of them on the offensive end. He does some great athletic stuff every once in a while. You're like, oh,